Testing code that uses DateTime now or DateTime today or the UTC variants of it is very difficult. Sure, you can build a wrapper around it and use it in your code for your tests. However, that doesn't solve the problem when working with third-party libraries. With .NET 8, we get a new TimeProvider class and an ITimer interface. And today, I want to quickly show what those types are, how to use them, and how they solve the challenge of testing time-dependent code. Let's start by exploring the new TimeProvider class. As you can see, the TimeProvider class has a public system property. It contains an instance of an implementation of the TimeProvider type. The default implementation provides the current system date and time. For example, we can call the getLocalNow and the getUTCNow methods to get the current time. You can also access the local time zone using the local time zone property or create a timer. It's worth mentioning that the TimeProvider class uses the DateTime offset type. Compared to the DateTime type, it also stores information about its time zone. Now that we understand the basics of the TimeProvider class and how to use it, let's create an example where we want to create a unit test and control time. First, we create a service that contains our business code. In this example, we create a bakery service. It requires an instance of the TimeProvider in the constructor and has an isMorning method. The isMorning method gets the local time and checks if the hour property of the returned DateTime offset object is equal or lower than 11. Of course, you can just provide a DateTime or DateTime offset object to the isMorning method to control it from outside the bakery service class. However, we want to show that we can instead depend on an implementation of the TimeProvider and keep our method signatures only requiring parameters that influence the business code. Now that we have the implementation of the bakery service class, let's create an instance of it and provide the default TimeProvider using the static system property on the TimeProvider class. Next, we write the result of the isMorning method to the console. When we run the application, the outcome depends on the current time when executing the program. If I start the program after noon, it will return false. If I start the program before noon, it will return true. But how do we test such code in an automated unit test? In this test project, we reference the console app to get access to the bakery service type. We have a test method that creates an instance of the bakery service type and calls the isMorning method. We then assert whether the result is true. As you can take from the method name, the intention of this test is to make sure that the bakery service returns true for 6 in the morning. You also see that the code doesn't compile because we miss an argument for the TimeProvider parameter of the bakery service constructor. Let's fix that by implementing a morning TimeProvider. The idea is to override the getUTCNow method to control the time to always be 6 in the morning. Let's create an instance of the morning TimeProvider and provide it to the bakery service constructor in the test method. And let's run the test. As you can see, independent of the current time, we will always get a green test. We successfully tested the logic of the isMorning method. One thing to keep in mind is that time zones still apply here. We override the getUTCNow method, but the bakery service asks for the local time. We cannot override the getLocalNow method when implementing a custom TimeProvider. Also, testing frameworks like Mock, MOQ, FakeItEasy or other frameworks allow you to easily create an implementation returning a specific date or time. You don't have to implement it manually every time you need a specific date or time. Now that we understand how to use the TimeProvider APIs, how to return a specific test for unit testing purposes, Let's use the time provider in a real application, such as an ASP.NET Core Web API application. I created a new ASP.NET Core Web API application using .NET 8 and controllers. The value controller accepts an instance of the time provider type in its primary constructor. Primary constructors are a new feature of C#12 that will be released in November 2023. If this is the first time you see primary constructors, I highly recommend watching my other video on this channel where I explain primary constructors in great detail. The get method uses the local time provider field initialized by the primary constructor to get the current time in UTC and returns it to the client. To make this controller work, we need to register the time provider instance that we want to resolve from the dependency injection container at runtime. In the program.cs file of the ASP.NET Core Web API application, we register the default time provider as the time provider for the application. Now let's start and test the application. Let's try out the endpoint and, as you can see, we get the current date and time in UTC. Another interesting thing we can do when using the TimeProvider class to implement our automated unit tests is to change the time zone. Let's reconsider the test we wrote before. We override the getUTCNow method, but the bakery service uses the local time and we still have the default local time zone for the test. It means that for developers living in different places, the test might return different results. The same is true when we run the test in the cloud, for example, as part of a continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline. Luckily, we can fix this issue with another override. We override the local time zone property and return the time zone we want to set for the test. We can either use one of the defined time zones or create our own time zone. In this case, I use the Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. When we debug the unit test and step into the implementation of the isMorning method, we see that the time zone is now set to -4, which means that the code uses the Eastern Standard Time zone. Dealing with date and time in software development is always a challenge. And when time zones are added into the mix, it gets even worse. And daylight saving times are different all around the world. And sometimes they even change. The new time provider class doesn't solve it all. However, it's a great new feature that will help you deal with time and date dependent code in unit tests. I prefer an industry standard solution over a manual implementation at any day, especially when dealing with integration problems such as when using third-party libraries. The new time provider class comes in handy and helps solve this issue very well. The time provider class introduced in .NET 8 further raises the bar of how convenient it is to implement .NET applications. Now, what do you think of the new time provider class in .NET 8? Scroll down, let me know in the comments, and while you're there, make sure to press the like button and consider subscribing for more .NET content in the future. I will see you in the next video.